within the Greater Banjul area have joined the long list of volunteers to weed President Jammeh's Watna farm. Reaching a nuclear breakthrough, 6 world powers and Iran have reached on a nuclear deal to halt the Islamic Republic's controversial nuclear program. And bridging the divide, Russian President Vladimir Putin is preparing for a historic meeting with Pope Francis. The plight of Christians in Syria tops the agenda. That's all in this edition of the news. Thanks for your time. Do join us at 10 for another bulletin.
Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what you've been through. You can make it if you believe. You've got the potentials living in you. You've got the power to succeed. You've got the power to achieve. You've got the power if you believe. Success power.
Welcome to Success Power. Let me remind you, dear viewer, or if it's your first time of joining us on Success Power, that this program is designed to let you know that God wants you to succeed. Don't entertain the fear of failure. You must not come to the point where you believe that you were designed for failure. You must never accept your circumstances as being final if they are unfavorable. You must never accept failure as being final. You must not lose hope because there is a tomorrow and your situation is going to turn around for good. God never made a failure. So on Success Power, we want you to come to the point where you know deep down in your heart that God wants you to succeed, and you deserve to. Secondly, we make available to you the time-proven universal laws of success. Our world is governed by laws, and there are laws that govern success. A law is a universal fact, and there's power inherent in every law, like the law of sowing and reaping. The power that turns a seed into a tree is invisible, but it is undeniable. In the same vein, when you come across the laws of success, inherent in them is power. When you satisfy or obey the conditions of a law, the power inherent in the law works for you. So on Success Power, we teach you the principles, the laws that make success possible. People want to be happy. We know you want to be happy. You want to be fulfilled in your life. It's absolutely possible. Okay. Next, on Success Power, we help you to discover the tremendous potentials the Creator has invested in your life. You are a masterpiece. There's tremendous investment that God has made into your life. There's so much you're capable of becoming, of doing, of having. There are places you can go you haven't gone yet, people you should meet that you haven't met yet. And on Success Power, we want to help you to discover and to develop and to release your potentials. That's where you find your deepest fulfillment, becoming the best you can be. And finally, on Success Power, we want to ensure you're free from every form of failure. Thank you for joining us today. Recently, I read in a small book by Mark Anderson, who founded the Simple Truth series. A story about a medical doctor, Dr. Howard Kelly. When he was a young man, he used to go around the neighborhood selling. And one day, he became so hungry and thirsty. He checked in his pocket. All he had was a dime. And he knew he couldn't afford to buy food. So he decided to go knock on the door of a house and see if they would agree to give him food to eat. He knocked on a door. A young lady opened the door. And at that moment, he lost the courage to ask for food. So he asked for water. And the lady said, no problem. She went in and brought him a glass of milk. He took the milk, felt refreshed, and then asked the young lady, so how much do I pay you for this? The lady said, oh no, Mother taught us to never ask for money when we show acts of kindness. He thanked her again and went on his way. This happened in Pennsylvania in the United States. Many years down the line, this lady took seriously ill. She was rushed to the hospital. Her life was in danger. She was in very critical condition. When the doctor heard, Dr. Howard Kelly heard that a lady had been brought in critical condition from this particular city in Pennsylvania, he went to the room to see who it was. It was unmistakable. It was the lady who gave him a glass of milk many years before. Her life was in danger. Dr. Kelly made up his mind he was going to do everything possible to save her life. The doctors worked very hard. Gratefully, the lady survived. When it was time for her to be discharged from the hospital, Dr. Kelly sent to the accounts department to ask for her bill. He wrote something on the bill. So when they passed the bill to the lady, she was afraid to open the envelope. She knew it, that she had incurred some heavy amount of money for that bill. She felt like she would have to spend the rest of her life paying off that bill. But after some minutes, she took courage and opened the envelope, brought out the bill. It was a heavy amount, quite all right. But there was something written at the corner of the bill, the bottom corner. And it was the note from Dr. Kelly. He wrote, paid for with a glass of milk. A little act of kindness that a young lady showed came back many years later to practically save her life and to save her from death. There is power in kindness. There is power in being good. There's power in helping other people.